Like Cindy and Lou said, we have been fighting hard and strong for this flag. I'd like to read you the origin of how this flag became. On December 29th, 2005, George Anthony Lutz II, Tony, was killed by a sniper's bullet while he was on patrol in Fallujah, Iraq. His family and friends endured the shock, emotional agony, and overwhelming loss that accompanied the news of Tony's death, just like the many families who had suffered the same tragedy. In the months that followed Tony's funeral, his father, George, visited other families who had lost loved ones in the War on Terror. He began to sense that he had joined the ranks of a unique fellowship. These families were only the latest addition to a group that originated with the Revolutionary War, when the first soldier to shed their blood for our freedom gave their lives. George found another commonality among the families of the fallen. After their grief had transitioned to numbness and finally acceptance, many families wanted to know two things: their sacrifice was not in vain, and that the nation would never forget. These concerns led George on a quest to discover if there was a universally recognized public symbol that specifically acknowledged the men and the women of the U.S. Armed Forces who never made it home. To his surprise, he found nothing. Consequently, the Honor and Remember flag was conceived. The Honor and Remember flag's design is distinctive yet simple. Each detail on the flag symbolizes an important part of the overall meaning of the flag's message. The red flag represents the blood spilled by brave men and women in America's military throughout our history, who willingly gave their lives so we could remain free. The blue star represents active service in military conflict. This symbol originated with World War I, but on this flag it signifies service through all generations, from the Revolutionary War to the present day. The white border surrounding the gold star recognizes the purity of sacrifice. There is no greater price an American can pay than to give his or her life in service to our country. The gold star signifies the ultimate sacrifice of a warrior in active service who will not return home. Gold reflects the value of the life that was given. The folded flag signifies the final tribute to an individual life that a family sacrificed and gave to the nation. The flame is an eternal reminder of the spirit that has departed this life, yet burns on in the memory of all who knew and loved the fallen hero. Sorry.
My name's Pat Moore, and our son Benjamin Gerald Moore was killed in action January 12, 2011. Our lives changed forever that day. We got that knock at the door, and them words were spoke to us. We regret to inform you, but your son was killed in action. Our lives changed in a split second. from that day on, the new normal wasn't quite so normal. We had a lot of support from a lot of different groups. Rolling Thunder was there for us. Common Bond. They knew. We didn't have to, there wasn't words that had to be spoken. I was part of a family that I really didn't want to belong to, but I ended up in, and as well as my wife. So as the process went on, we had a dignified transfer. That has changed. You know, they brought his body home. You know, and that was a day when that casket came out of that aircraft, and he was home. He was on land. He was home in his country. Unlike the POWs and the MIAs. We joined Rolling Thunder for the mission, not for the patches, not for the motorcycles. The mission, the journey, to publicize and educate people about the POW and MIA, and also the honor and remember. It's very important because it's a small percentage of people that are affected by this. It's less than 1%. So that's our mission with the support of Rolling Thunder. In fact, Rolling Thunder Chapter 2 New Jersey presented us with our personalized honor and remember flag with his name, with my son Benjamin Moore name on there, and killed in action date. So it was very special. So people reach out to us, the hand was there for us, so we're reaching out and trying to educate and publicize the honor and remember flag as well. So if you look at it, well, if you look at the American